Now, this story doesn't inspire you and move you when you have hearts of stone, because we often see young people getting together forming a band, but this band is a little bit different. It's made up of 5 young cancer patients who formed a rock band after meeting while undergoing treatment at Manchester's Christie Hospital. On Sunday, May the 5th, they're going to be performing live at an international festival. To tell us more, 2 of the band members are here. Emily Hutchinson. Good morning, Emily.
Good morning.
And Rick Tweedy. Good morning, Rick.
Morning.
Spelt differently.
Tweedy, yeah. It's not Cheryl Cole Tweedy.
Is she a Tweedy?
She's a Tweedy with a Y. I'm an IE. So I could
far superior.
Yeah.
With them is their producer from Burnley College, Steve Reed. Morning, Steve.
Morning.
Well, listen, Emily and Rick, tell us how you met. Tell us from the beginning.
Well, I had a brain tumour when I was 7.
How old are you now?
I'm 26, just. And that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And recently it came back.
Right.
When I was about 23. So I started undergoing treatment, and my consultants in the Christies, so I used to go back to there.
Yeah.
And while I was going back for, checkups and things, there was a fella who did music, as a musical therapist in Christies, which I think is fantastic. And his name's John Blaylock. And he basically got me singing around the wards, and I've loved it ever since. I've been doing it for
Do they
a year
want you
and a
to
half.
sing around the wards, or did you just start?
I don't think they want me to. I just turn up and do it.
But you've always loved music?
Yeah.
Were you a muso before you met him? Did you play guitar?
I was a singer before. Yeah.
In various bands.
And that's basically how I met Emily, because we then introduced her into, and this band started forming, and we were seeing if Emily wanted to be involved, and fortunately she said yes.
You were being treated as well, Emily.
I was, yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Right, and being treated for...
Hodgkin lymphoma I was treated for.
Hodgkin's lymphoma?
Yeah.
Because there's 2, there's non-Hodgkin's
that's
and
right.
there's Hodgkin's lymphoma. Yeah. First of all, and I meant to ask you both, is how are you now? Are you still receiving treatment?
I'm in remission now, almost a year in remission this month coming up.
I'm so glad to hear that. And Rick, how are you doing?
For me, it's ongoing. I think. My brain tumour is wrapped around the central nervous system, so they can't get rid of it, but they can debulk it and stop it from growing. So, I constantly have to go for checkups yearly, but other than that, you
play
get on with
music.
life.
You do, and you inspire me. Just to say you get on with it and enjoy it, and play the music that you love to do. What do you play, Emily? Are you
I play guitar and a bit of percussion occasionally.
Cajon,
Yeah, but sing with Rick mainly. Yeah.
Right. And then you met the other 3. There's 5 of you.
Yeah, there is.
Give them a name check.
There's Abe Vincent, who's the drummer.
Recently,
drummers,
about 3 days ago.
They're all mad drummers.
Well, he is slightly mad. Yeah,
it helps.
But he was just told that he was in remission.
Yeah, 3 days ago.
3 days ago, which is fantastic.
Wonderful news. Yeah.
There's Gemma, who is currently going through treatment.
Right.
She's on bass.
Yeah,
again in the 20s. These people, young people.
Yeah. The YOU is the Young Oncology Unit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's a young person's oncology unit.
Yeah.
And then there's Peter, who's lead guitar. Yeah.
Nice. And what sort of stuff is it you do?
A lot of covers.
Don't think we have a style at the moment. Yeah, it's more covers.
Who do you like to listen to, Rick?
Who do I?
Who inspires you musically?
I regret to inform you that it's Michael Bublé, I think.
Well, it's
more Frank Sinatra.
You have a look of a crooner about. I could see you in a tux.
I like
tidy
singing.
your hair up a bit, you'll be all right.
Yeah. We're not on TV, so it's all right.
And what about you, Emily?
I'm a big Rolling Stones fan myself.
Really?
Yeah.
The Strolling Bones. Well, they're 109. It's wonderful. Yeah, man. Great. When you got together, we're going to play the record in a minute, aren't we? Steve Reed is the producer. How did you meet up with him, Steve?
Well, I produce because I work with some of the bands, some of the young people from things like Britain's Got Talent and stuff. I was working with a band called Reconnected recently. They got to number 32 and produced one of the singles for that. So we did quite a lot of work across the board. But I also run the Burnley Rock and Blues Festival along with the council, and
Brilliant.
we're backed by AMS and Eve, which are a major company in the world with mixing desks. And my partner Lionel Snowden has been involved for a few years supporting Teenage Cancer Trust, really. So we asked them to perform at the Charter Walk stage right in the centre of the town. We're trying to build up this the Burnley Rock and Blues Festival.
Well, the Burnley Rock and Blues Festival is legendary. You're going to be playing at it,
Yes, we
on
are.
it.
Yeah.
Let's listen to this track. What's it called?
Blue Sky Day.
Blue Sky Day by U62. First time ever on British radio.
Some days are hard, then they're easy. You hide them all away, and you're left with emotion, the things you just don't say. So in time, you're not broken, you leave it in the past, and you fight for the future where everything will last. We have dreams and emotions, we have lives and devotions. Forget the past, the faith will last. It's another blue sky day, and through it all, we're standing tall. It's another blue sky day, a blue sky day, a blue sky day. Now we're here, looking forward. The road is long and clear. Open door, and it's shining. It's the dream that feels so near. We have dreams and emotions. We have lives and devotions. Forget the past, the faith will last. It's another blue sky day, and through it all, we're standing tall. It's another blue sky day, a blue sky day. We have dreams and emotions. We have lives and devotions. Forget the past, the faith will last. It's another blue sky day, and through it all, we're standing tall.
You're listening to U62. Can you believe it? They're 5 young people who found themselves at the Christie Hospital in Manchester. They've all been having treatment. They've written and put that song on at Burnley College Studios. Is that right?
Well, yeah, I run the university courses at Burnley College, and most of the work has been done.
You're telling me that Gemma on bass, she's got one leg.
No.
No.
That's Abe on
That's
drums.
Oh, Abe's the drummer.
Yeah.
Abe's on drums.
So because of his treatment, he had to lose a leg, but he's drumming away.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Pete's in a wheelchair, did that fantastic kind of Eric Clapton style
Yeah.
guitar
Solo.
break, guitar solo. Lovely
Gemma,
vocals, remember?
Gemma on the bass is going through treatment. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just, it's wonderful. You want to raise money to have a recording studio in Christie's itself, don't you?
Well, we're lucky at the university at Burnley to have a really nice studio, and I fought hard to get that. What I want to try and do, and what we're all trying to do, and Lionel's involved with me as well with the guys at this is why Charter Walk are giving us such a chance. The guys are on stage there, and it's the first launch to try and raise money, really.
This
to
is
build a
the
proper studio in Christie's, in the new place they're
This is
moving
at the
into.
Burnley Rock and Blues Festival.
Burnley
isn't
Rock
it?
and Blues on Sunday.
Lots of
a
people
week
will be
today.
going to that. You're releasing the record, aren't you?
We're releasing the record at the end of next month, the end of May.
But I'll make sure we give it plenty of coverage on the BBC. I really will.
We did a great photo session with Next dressing them all up in clothes of the day at Charter Walk, and that should be in the press next week. So
We'll be hearing lots
Hopefully
of.
we'll raise quite a bit of money for
We
Christmas.
wish you you often say that phrase, all the very best, but boy, we certainly do.
Thank you very much.
To U62, follow them, you'll be hearing a lot more of them. And to Emily, Rick and Abe and Gemma and Pete and Steve, who's come along here today, thank you. And great luck on the Burnley International Rock and Blues Festival. Do you like free? All right now?
Yeah.
We're having it.
Cheers, Tom.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
News coming up at 11 o'clock. What a great show. Thanks to you making it a great show, he said. And that song, look out for it, from U62. Brill. It's the news at 11 o'clock. This is Ted.
Earlier, we heard from a unique band. U62 is made up of several young people who met whilst receiving cancer treatment at the Young Oncology Unit at the Christie Hospital in Manchester. Part of the treatment at the Christie includes music therapy, with patients encouraged to pick up an instrument to help pass the time. The band's drummer is 20-year-old Abe Vincent. Abe broke his leg 2 years ago, and surgeons found a tumour inside his leg. Tests at the time suggested that the tumour wasn't cancerous. A year later, with his leg giving him more jip again, Abe returned to the doctors for more tests, this time testing positive for cancer. This is his story.
I found myself at the Young Oncology Unit at the Christie, and from then I've received 10 weeks of chemotherapy, and then they reviewed what options I had for my leg, and they decided that the best thing was to amputate it above the knee. In October of last year, I had my leg amputated, and I had another 18 weeks of chemotherapy with a few delays for being ill and things like that, and I've just finished a month or two ago, and I'm now learning how to walk again on a prosthetic leg. Because my amputation was on my above the knee on my right leg, and I was right-footed, I've had to move the drum kit about to learn how to adapt, but I did that very quickly. A couple of weeks after my adaptation, I decided I wanted to get back on drums just to kill some time whilst at hospital. So I moved a few things around, jiggled it all about, and can play quite well now with my left foot, which is something I thought I'd never be able to do. Today I found out that all my tests came back, my post-chemotherapy tests, and I've got the all clear, which means there's hopefully no cancer around my body, and should hopefully get on with my life now.
Good song, that. 20-year-old Abe Vincent, part of the Christie Hospital Band. The charity single Blue Sky Day in the background there. Well, I'm joined now by John Blaylock, a music tutor who works with young people in the Young Oncology Unit at the Christie. John, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm all right. How important is music to patients?
I think music definitely has a very positive effect on the patients there, because it's not only is it a distracting thing, but it's also food for the soul, isn't it? So when you're undergoing treatment, it's something that can make you forget about that, and also embrace the finer things in life.
Yeah, because many of the band members return to the Christie to practice with the band, even though their treatment's over.
Well, exactly, yeah. I think it's because the people are making a strong network of friends there, and playing with other musicians. That even when the treatment is finished, they are still coming back in and being an active part of the band, which is great.
It's hearing some of their stories, and we heard from them this morning. They're real inspirational stories, aren't they?
They really are, yeah. I mean, that lad we've just listened to there, Abe Vincent, he's a tremendous drummer, and he's adapted himself to losing his leg and being able to use his left foot as the dominant leg in drumming, which is no mean feat. He's never stopped smiling the whole time I've known him in the last 9 months. He's a great lad.
Fantastic. How can people get hold of Blue Sky Day?
Well, I think the first step would be to come and see us at Charter Walk Shopping Centre on Sunday, which we're playing for the Burnley Rock and Blues Festival. And then it's going to be released on iTunes shortly after that. Please come along this Sunday. And we should give a shout out to the clothing store Next, actually, for kitting us out for a fashion shoot that we did outside their shop last week.
Fabulous.
Please encourage listeners to come down to the Burnley Rock and Blues Festival next Sunday to see
Brilliant.
us play.
Fantastic. John, thanks for joining us today.
No problem.
Thanks a lot.
Very much.
John Blaylock, music tutor at the Christie in Manchester, and that group it does sound really good, and they're going to be in Burnley over the weekend. Just got 8:45.